On this episode of Eye in the Sky, we've got helicopter ambushes, tank-on-tank combat, infantry firefights, and artillery. This is Gorodok, and the irregular militia will be fighting the British Armed Forces. Militia will be using their irregular fire support group, meaning that they'll have a ton of quick-moving and lightly armored vehicles in order to support their infantry, as well as 2 BM-21 Grads for fire support. The British and their 1st York's Mechanized Brigade is much more heavily armored and will be looking to use their tough Bulldog APCs, Warriors, and Challenger tank to help break through defenses. Both teams will be fighting across this map. Gorodok Random Advanced and Secure V2, with the irregular militia starting at the southeast corner, bottom right of your screen, with the points cutting straight northwest to the top left. Expect a lot of action around Neva Lower and World War II bunkers, which are the middle points for today. We'll be on board with irregular militia's command comms, meaning that you'll hear all the squad leaders talking on the radio, and they'll be blue on the map. British will be red, and that's the rundown. Enough talking, let's get into the action. And it looks like they have a lot of move marks. The irregular militia, you see blue 9, blue 3, blue 2, blue 1, and blue 4 all move mark into Industrial Park. A few other marks on the northeast side of the map, but hopefully you'll have plenty of back cap infantry. That way you can kind of snowball in the caps. Having just a couple infantry dismount to cap these points is fairly slow, and with a map like Gorodok, there's so many routes you can take advantage of. If you're able to get this intel earlier and see which caps are actually going to be in play, that's going to be huge. So you want to get as many players down there as possible. Command looks like he's dropping his squad. Blue 2's dropping, and at least that's going to start it off. Grad's already lining up to maybe take a few shots here, and we'll see. I think they've... Let's take a look at the Grads. It is blue 1... has 1 Grad. Ooh, another Grad isn't. Wow, hold on a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Stop. They have not used their BMPs. They're missing a Grad, and they don't have Logis. They're missing 2 Logis. Hold on a second. This could be not good at all for a regular militia. You need to make sure you take advantage of your vehicles. Blue 1, though, what I think is going to happen, blue 1 has that Grad. What I think is going to happen is, I believe he's going to try to hit Fruit Farm with the Grad. And that could be a really, really effective first strike.
So I can either grab Fortified Solo if you want to push further up, or if you can join me on that point. Either way is cool with me.
Give me a second.
Fruit Farm right below us.
Central
you
area.
can see we have a British Logi, as well as that Scimitar. And if that Grad is actually going to fire, you need to fire it now.
The cap could go all the way to the west, so...
They're about to cap it, though. Infantry loading back up. And I think he thought about it, but unfortunately, Grad not going to be able to do a nice early strike. Helicopter also coming out from the British main. Logi going to roll out, and Scimitar is a go. So with that, we can see maybe maybe he's waiting for something else. But blue 1 in the Grad still chilling. Fortified farmstead is now being secured by regular militia. Grain processing being secured by the British. Looked like there was a little anti-tank bike out east that was trying to do something for a regular militia, but they got absolutely smoked. You have a nice warrior wolf pack on the northeast side as well. Blue 6 with a medic and squad leader in one of these SPG techies is actually pushing out a little bit to get eyes on this north-south road. But down towards Neva Lower, we're actually going to get a nice little... Ooh, Fire Bunny. I think he touched down a little hard, losing a little health here. But he is dropping infantry, and there you go. The Worm opening up with his 50 cal, and he's going to have to swing it back around because he's got infantry in the open. AT finishes up the helicopter and then hits the Worm. He gets knocked right off that techie.
5 if you can work around my 5.
Nice little firefight from both sides.
I need to get a radio.
Sheva,
Yeah, I just forgot there
Day,
was a
Project
trade on this
Scoob,
bridge, so now
Recon,
I'm doing some
Chaos,
dumb stuff.
Foxhound, all
Take
around
it.
this Logi. I don't know if they're able to get any. Oh, they weren't. So 300 build on this radio. So if I'm British, you actually want to dig that radio down. You don't have enough build for a hab. And you have a lot of infantry potentially around. You had the techie, infantry shot the helicopter. I would probably destroy this one, but it looks like they're going to try to play it. Rallies drop. That is that other hourglass mark in the bushes here. Sheva, Recon Chaos, and Odin surrounding that. Kind of circling the wagons here. War Criminal just on the outskirts.
Placement on the 4th point.
And now you have Mando and I Cup in another SPG techie coming around to sniff and see what's going on. And, oh, this could be bad. This could be real bad. This is why they're keeping the Logi up, or the radio up. There it is, Logi actually dismounting, and they haven't dropped the infantry, or they haven't dropped the supplies just yet. And it looks like they actually might push out and go elsewhere.
Over there. There's a truck. There's some kind of a Logi's pulling up. Copy, thank you.
The hand movements, they're marking that truck. SPG with the tandem round can one-tap it. Watch the back blast. Might kill the buddy. Actually smacks that front right tire. And because of that, wasn't able to one-shot. Going to try to follow it up with a heat round. And... oh... I think they screwed it up. It's actually a fragmentation round.
Commander, are you gonna place the radio
And that
down?
is why that
You want my Logi so you can do it.
vehicle is still alive. Tandem round
If you
just
don't mind,
gets
I'll
soaked
drive
up by
yourself.
this wheel.
I
British
think for me
engineering
to lower, it's better
really
if you
coming
go
to save the
cliffs on west
the
and
Logi.
south,
Logi
rather than
almost
being in that valley.
every
So
single
if you
time
want,
a
I'll
tandem
lower down
round
the south.
even whizzes by, those things just explode into
I
flames.
think
So
that would
very
be a little bit
lucky for
more-
the
a little
British.
better if
Tough
they don't
break
surround us.
for a regular militia. And he's going to come back around. And I want to say he's, yep, they've now dropped the supplies. They got hit here and said, you know what? Fob creation mark. They were almost
Or that
out of
level
that
too.
blue
I
area.
guess we can
So
get
they
2
dropped
guys down.
supplies, allowed to keep the fob up. Good heads-up play by the British. Very unfortunate for a regular militia here. Insightful Demon running left to right.
Right in front, right in front, right in front.
250 right in front.
Not sure why he's leading with his pistol. Maybe a marksman. You can see both sides very difficult to see each other. Logi, they, I believe, are getting the tires up. Insightful Demon is. And now that cannon of the Warrior is going to let that SPG and RPG team know that maybe, oh, it's a Scimitar actually. The Scimitar can actually also get one tapped by the tandem round. 308 tickets to 283.
Good eye on.
Scimitar coming around, and he's going to see that AA MTLB smoking out, and the chase is on. Scimitar
If you want to work on one in the valley.
might get lost. And really good drive smoke, actually.
The enemy warriors by squad 6.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Great enemy warriors by squad 6 is the call out. And that is the eastern push all the way towards radio.
Squad 2 is gonna get one of my move mark. I got squad 8 with me who has a Logi.
See him Mold still driving his AAMTLB, trying to get out of harm's way. And oh my goodness, the Grad! What a strike on the World War II bunkers. Knocks out, it looks like 4 or 5 infantry. K-dubs just barely missing. And if that is an accurate shot, that was only a few rockets as well. The Grad still has plenty more to go. I'd say, yo, send that one again.
Contacts west, northwest, even lower. Remember, they got a hack kit up there, so 2, watch out. Probably aiming for you.
Copy.
Infantry trying to pick themselves up after that Grad. 326 tickets for the regular militia, 301 for the British. World War II bunkers secured by the British. Now Neva lower secured by by irregular militia. So irregular militia has the advantage. They have 4 caps to the Brits. 3, and here comes the Grad again. They said send it, but oh man, he's just firing a few at a time.
Hey, can you bring that logic up to me?
You really just need to send this because you have a bunch of infantry and that variation with how these land. You really want to saturate this area. You could absolutely wipe this entire squad. And the reason you want to do that is because you have a bunch of friendly infantry and they have a Logi behind them sorting back. Well, he's a couple tree lines away, but that's a Logi. You have infantry running in. This is a really good flank. Very quiet. Infantry is going to be taking care of each other, trying to pick each other back up, trying to heal, all that type of stuff with the Grad. And they're not going to be paying attention this way, especially since you have so much vehicles. And hold on a second.
Second floor, sorry.
I'm on my way with a Logi.
Looks like they're trying to swap the Grad a little bit towards Neva Lower defense. We're going to go back over on the east side here. Since we have
all the supplies.
Squad 6, hold on a second, Blue 6, just as we rotate, the Grad is once again, oh, and he's readjusted. He's actually laying into the, as we mentioned before, laying into the Neva Lower northern hab. This hab has been marked right next to this radio center of your screen. So Grad trying to lay into their spawn point instead. And of course, right as I say that, no, hits Hilltop bunkers again, World War II bunkers. And if they just keep the pressure up on the western side, 8-2, they're going to swap on in and try to mop up that point.
Did it not have any buildings or stuff in it, or what?
No, it was from River Fort.
And this is what we want to take a look at here. SPG trying to make a big play on the eastern side. If you get these warriors out, then you are going to be nice on your eastern flank. 6. I thought they were going to stay and play a little bit more, but no. They take a shot at Luftwaffe and Anubis, and then they decide, you know what, we're not going to worry about it. So it's all going down once again. Grad saturating the hab area, and great rockets, just a little too off to the left, and there goes the smoke. Thank you, effects. But decides to send it back towards the hab, and finally we are now getting infantry. I don't think they realize, Leroy doesn't realize he's got enemies right next to him. Turn the corner, and New knocks out Leroy. Pennywise knocks out Tooth Fairy. And they're taking it by force. Dune goes down as well. Doug Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome out on the outside, too. Surprised I don't see him and his hat from way down there, but there you go. Pennywise taking a peek, doesn't see Doug Dimmadome. New takes the high ground and knocks out a couple more on the outskirts, and what a flank by this irregular militia crew. RPG tries to knock out Gix in the helicopter, not going to be able to. Doug Dimmadome. Oh, he's just got a pistol. Seeing if he can't clear out. And it might be, yes, bunkers, World War II bunkers is actually being taken by irregular militia from this huge flank.
There's probably a whole squad on radio tower right now, but I'll be able to keep them off.
Oh, Doug, you look so sexy right now. Your crotch in my face.
There you go. War is hell. Doug trying to pick up his AT buddy, and he's going to need a lot more than that. Infantry are swarming over the point, and he's going to get around right to the side of the face. Leroy doesn't know what's going on. He's going to scoot over, and there he goes. Doug tried his hardest, but Hilltop, or World War II, did they really change this to World War II bunkers? When did that happen? Rally dropped on the north side. Charmander hitting him high. This is high. Jumper, well, he goes down as well. Never mind, Rally is down though, so infantry may be able to push back on top. But good infantry pressure. High, this is high, knocks out Pennywise, so getting a little bit of a foothold, and that is important so you don't lose this rally. I don't know if he's going to be able to bandage in time, and he doesn't. Goes out bleeding. And the infantry are stuck on the hab. You can see the big... Ooh,
trying to dig down their
SPG,
radio
actually, I
really
think he
lower.
hit their radio.
One of my guys just hit it and got most of the infantry off of it.
Dune Gussie, you
we'll
can
let
see
up
he's
there,
actually
try and
trying
take
to dig down the radio. And I believe they're trying to save it. They realize that they are not going to be able to get out of this position, so they say, you know what, let's get the, save the 20 tickets. Maybe come back later. Scimitar now pushing up. And trying to support the defense here. But they need to be careful. If you got AT, you have one, or correction, you do have a hat round. Scimitar coming around the bend, needs to watch out for AT, and hold on a second. Do they not see? SPG right in front of them, and they back up. They actually knock out the turret.
Go left, go left, go left, go left. I can't.
Oh, he's got to adjust it.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Losing the turret. You can hear them.
Somewhere.
They were trying to just yell, you need to turn left, turn right. He actually had to move the entire body of that vehicle due to losing traverse in that turret. Nearly pulls it off, but a little peekabooed by the SPG here. Scimitar loss is, they're not the strongest of vehicles, but it's still tickets, and they're still pretty, pretty powerful if used correctly. New, pushing in, clearing out this rally, gets jumped by himself. Charmander mopping him up, but getting hit by machine gun fire from the top deck. High, this is High, trying to take a peek now too.
Alright, armor's starting to get aggressive.
And
east side, north side.
armor's starting to get aggressive. You can hear that there. World War II bunkers just about secured, even with this, even if this is able to, this little bunker on the outside able to hold. Most important thing, warriors are out in the middle here, and I am a little confused at what they're doing. Warriors right in the middle of the point. One's smoking heavily. His buddy out on the backside, and that might cause a fire, and that is... It is on fire. Trying to mop it up, but not able to. Turret goes skyward. British lose a warrior on an... I don't want to say inactive point, because technically it was still capable for a second, and there goes the other engine.
Warriors engine on mark.
Warriors engine on mark. Very... this is... If you're watching this and confused about what just happened, very good use of smoke here. Obviously, they're in a tough spot, but they took the RPG from their front left. Ooh, and from the top deck, you can see here, it actually hits the dirt. Very lucky. They hit the... Oh, hold on a second. C4 being dropped on the backside, too. And he hears a little drop. But they took an RPG. Oh, do they see him? Infantry trying to dismount, take some shots. As he comes out the back, it's absolutely lit up. C4 is about to pop, but they took the RPG from the front left, and they just did again. So they smoked out their right, so they can only try to focus on the left. Very good, or at least an attempt from this warrior gunner, but with double C4, another one should cause it to catch fire, and the tracks are also blown. But the third finishes it off. A little 1-2-3 punch with the C4, and there it goes. A regular militia. You can hear him in local. Yo, that was awesome. That was awesome. It was awesome for the awesome for the militia. Definitely not for the British. I just love placing explosives. Yes, sir. Well, there you go. British lose 2 warriors, and that was a little too risky of a play, to be honest. There's no reason to do that. Infantry presence not there. And now you also have, let's take a look here. The radio that they were trying to dig down, the British, they just were not able to in time. And now just another gnome and his band of merry gentlemen have dug it down. It is on bleed out. That's going to be 2 warriors down, a radio lost, and map position. But you have reinforcements from the north side of World War II bunkers, and this north side, you hear the drone around us hovering as well. This north side is a pretty decent foothold for the British. They have a vehicle as well out in the field. I think that's the other up-armored warrior. You have the
There's two
radio.
light lodges out of
I don't
main.
really like that
Squad leader's
radio
good.
position, to be
For
honest,
myself,
but
I gotta
rally
say,
next
we
to
need
the
at least
radio,
one person to get a logi out of main.
securing this whole
Sorry,
northern
take
side,
it.
allowing for a
Second
western
one.
flank, as well as a push right in, and I think they're actually capping it. You see this almost pill shape going on. Pennywise and Nimble Lobster are the ones that are down on the point for Irregular Militia. Lord Slug
Hey,
out
enemy have north
on the left side
bunkers.
as well. A couple more
We got barrage set
scooting on
it.
in from the hillside off on
Have
the
Mark coming
bottom
online.
left of your screen. But infantry
There's a warrior
were
in a
pretty
red
much
position as
wiped
well.
out by the British, so very good pushback. Foxhound turning around and gets smoked by Red. Irregular Militia still trying to play with this, and do they have a spawn? Oh, they don't have a spawn anymore. Whitaker, he's laying prone, and it is on bleed out, so we're going to have a radio trade, and that might just save the British here. You no longer have a spawn on the flanking side for the British, or for the Irregular Militia, and now there you go. Mortar barrage coming in on this hab position. That will probably not stop the cap, but what will stop is the infantry that's following up, and this is how you have to get
Squad 3, can you send one of Squad 3, can you send one of
your
the guys towards
your
me,
command
towards me,
assets
west of them?
timed.
Yeah, copy that.
You have
Yeah,
a
I'll be right
strike.
your way.
This is
I've
a
got you, bro.
huge strike on the hab, but you also have infantry coming to take the point as it's happening. So you're suppressing the spawn, you're suppressing the reinforcements, you're forcing those nearby. They have to fall back now. They have to save the radio. They have to save the hab. They have to pick up their buddies, and they can't contest the point. That has allowed Irregular Militia to now flood back onto the cap, and although they have they did lose a little bit of cap possession, it is now fully back in their hands. Infantry wiped as well for the British, and just really, really good combined arms play here for Irregular Militia. There's actually, I don't, maybe we're not hearing it on command chat. I have heard chatter, but I haven't heard any types of real big coordination that would assume to me that they're actually planning this. Maybe command just had a good heads-up play. Squad leaders also paying attention. Either way, maybe they're mind melding or telekinesis, whatever it is. They're all running from the same script right now, and that is going to pay off. Irregular Militia now moving in force. I think they do have another fob set up on the south side of World War II bunkers. Irregular Militia, well, there is bubbles out here. British heavy anti-tank, and he might get eyes on the T-62 earlier, or in just a couple minutes. But overall, Irregular Militia have done well to take the point, defend the point, set up a new position, and then infantry are now trying to recollect and set up a proper defense and then push out attack from World War II bunkers. Just fantastic, fantastic play so far from this team.
There's one day close.
Infantry
World War II
close.
bunkers northeast.
And also the tank now lobbing some rounds there too.
Okay, mate, what the fuck?
I was coming back to see what was happening.
That was Saws out on the edge, lobbing a couple GLs and taking a few pot shots at infantry.
Alright, just a heads up, guys. I am digging down the lower radio. Seems like they're in our back line pushing out, so I'm going to try and conserve a little bit of tickets. They took out River Fort behind us, so...
Good
imagine
call
we'll take
on
them.
command comms. They're digging down a radio that is no longer in play and not useful. Lost cause, trying to get a little sneaky position on the British here, but
right behind that rock. I wasn't even paying attention.
yep, that's how it happens.
Almost
On
rising
me,
even
thank you for that.
British
Squad incoming.
now have to use this fob and push out, but hold on a second. Oh my goodness, the Grad literally just 30 meters short from wiping the entire team. A couple infantry go down on the rock we were just at. But wow, very, very close to being an entire team wipe from this Grad. Marksman laying in the tree. Very cinematic right now. Very immersive. And he's actually got infantry running right to left, just on the other side of the hill. Can't see it just yet. That Grad we saw fire off a few more rounds. Still a little short to do any real damage. But it is letting the British know that they're there.
Thanks.
They got front row seats to that one. You'd love to see it as infantry, your artillery doing work. Looked a lot better than it was. Not saying it was completely ineffective, but knocked out a couple of infantry. Once again, needs to get pushed back into that tree line just a little bit. Hope command is talking to him, because that could be absolutely devastating. So let's take a look. Oh, actually, I do not like what they did. So I thought they had multiple fobs down here. Command has dug down Neva lower fob, a regular militia. They've dug down their own Neva lower fob. It's not necessarily a bad idea, but they don't have any other spawn now on the point. And so Whitaker, for example, he sniffed out a radio earlier. He's trying to get around the backside for some more shots, but does get killed here. If they lose this position, they're going to be rolled pretty much all the way to main. Grad mopping it up, and they're just unleashing hell.
Grad shots are bang on.
Yes, they are. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the MBT is marked on the map. Hold on, I'm about to mark it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think there's 12 or so. A dozen infantry. And what a shot. Are you kidding me? The worm gets blasted for his efforts, but actually tracks
My hat kit's about to hit it.
the leopard. Or a Challenger, rather. So Challenger tracked just on the edge. You can see smoking a little bit, on fire a little bit from losing that track and being hit by the RPG just a second ago.
We have infantry
And you have a sneaky RPG boy waiting for a shot, and he actually gets...
Copy that. That could be an issue. I'll try and get some guys
If
on
he's
it.
a little more patient, he might get a nice little side shot on the back of the Challenger turret, and that's where they have their ammo. You can actually ammo rack him fairly easily if you get a nice side shot there. That front plate can still take a lot of damage, but he is low crawling, low and slow. Really doesn't want to end up like his buddy who got turned to pink mist here. And I don't know if it's a good idea to just go up these rocks.
Hey, just be advised, all SLs. I'm gonna load up a build in a Logi.
Wonder if he's waiting for another shot or the timing.
We'll have,
Oh, and he might have waited a little too long.
ready to go if it's the fan.
You have a good shot on that side, pretty much where that white panel is. A little to the left of that, and you can usually ammo rack
Looping around and
the
finding all
Challenger,
tabs.
and he might be rewarded for his
I'll have
patience.
a Logi parked by rally. Stand by in case we need
A heavy
build there.
anti-tank soldier, and it's just being a little too
But I'm just
slow.
gonna keep it parked on bunker itself.
You
We should
stay
be able to
low,
build
you'll
back
be
there.
okay. You don't want to get hit by the overpressure. And there's a guy. You hear it in local comms. He needs to go quick. AT might get a shot as they turn around, and he does! Right into that turret!
Fire in that Grad again. Let us know, and I'll try. and
Wow,
push
very
afterwards.
lucky the
Get
Challenger.
on the head with 2 guys.
Might have hit a bit of the turret ring. And wow. Yeah, you can see the tandem was actually completely soaked by the armor. Very, very lucky by that tank crew. Unfortunate
On my move marker.
as he popped some Willie Pete out on the hilltop to give his infantry some support. But fantastic fight so far for this hill. I mean, this is... I don't know about you guys, but this is the type of stuff I love
Try and leave it there for 3-star Logi.
playing in squad. Like this type of advance, and sometimes it's nice you know, to have those urban fights and whatnot, but you have a tough position that's well defended. They have assets helping to defend it. You're in a pretty decent position as well with the hab and vehicles, as we have one coming around the back with a nice little semi-controlled burst shot here. He does get shot. He might get mopped up here by the Brit. 2 shots into him. He needs to get a bandage out. He might bleed out. No, Zaz able to save himself behind. But this is the type of stuff I love having. I love playing in squad. And hold on a second. The pressure is just too much. Name 124 able to get onto the radio. Drops a couple C4s. Tooth Fairy and CJ's now have to run in and try to save it. CJ's offering some cover, and he might be able to knock out Name, and he does. Tooth Fairy is a little bit of the bait, but you need to get this radio back up. Recon Chaos now able to shove it up. Zaz, he might get him from the top deck though.
That's probably the edge of their
Walk right by each other. Oh no, Zaz is gonna mop up everybody, and he gets a 3-piece. Wheels finally kills him, but wow. And he just walked right by, I think it was Jay Hooves. Jay Hooves was just focusing on doing his medic duties and didn't notice Zaz running right by him. They're going to pick him up. Luckily, the radio is no longer on bleed out. Repair station out in the hab. Hab is spawnable in just about 10 seconds, so infantry now about to push up. And Challenger is now showing itself near the point. And he gets hit with a tank round, actually deflects off the front right. Tandem round lands short off the back, but the one heat round from the RPG does actually track him. And now the engine as well, another tandem. It's all going down. Trying to get some distance so you guys can actually see that T-62 was ammo racked. One shot into it is all it's needed. As they get peppered by RPGs. Unbelievably clinical from the British tank crew. Sends one round the T-62's way and says thank you very much. Focuses back up on the objective. MG from the command gun is just laying into the rear here. And this is why you want as many tank crews as possible. RPG. Oh, in the back was trying to reload and shoot and actually accidentally fired his RPG off into the distance. And here you go. Tank crew now going to the front of the tank as more RPGs. The tandem round from the back side.
Oh, we're so dead.
Oh, we're so dead. You hear him in local. Yeah, this is going to be rough. It ain't over till it's over, but the tank crew is looking a little rough. One crew dead in the front. Tracked off its left side, engined as well. And this is what they have around them. Irregular militia in blue, remember. Deputy Doofy and Ikecup went down. Taunter mops up the worm, and hold on a second, the crew can stay alive. 187 tickets to 117. This is the type of moment you need in order to, I was just gonna say, to be able to pull off a nice little comeback, and we're making a big misplay here from command. They're calling artillery, and they're starting from the south side here, where Zaz and all this kind of red smoke, and it's going to creep towards us. And the problem that's going to cause is just it's going to prevent the infantry here in the tree line to our bottom right to pushing across and attacking the point, and pretty much following that creeping artillery. They're not going to have to wait till the artillery is completely down. It's going to allow infantry for regular militia to try to get their halves back up and get onto the point. And I'm not going to say it's completely worthless, because of course not, but just if you want to min-max your arty strikes with your infantry and your tanks, you need to do it artillery right in front of the line, right where it's hitting right now, and then push that out so your infantry like Brit Shia, Bad Guy, and all these guys on the east side, so they can push in, because the Grad, and now you see the Grad is laying into them. The Grad trying to offer a little bit of counter to prevent that infantry push that you just are going to expect. And where are the British? They are not here just yet. A handful of them out on the backside, but you need to time it. Irregular militia, we saw it earlier. They had that fantastic mortar barrage, and infantry were just Johnny on the spot onto the objective. We can see that objective here outlined. Now you have a creeping barrage and still no infantry on the objective, just not using your assets and combined arms as effective as you can. Patrick Webb, the lone irregular militiaman in that north side of the bunker, and he gets his head blown off by that Challenger coax, still up and fighting. 155 tickets to 87. Grad actually lands right onto Nico.
Possibly.
Landing behind us. Over.
Grad is tracked again, or the Challenger is tracked again by the Grad, and I want to see if maybe that Grad is staying and playing. A little bit of drive smoke around. This is the type of stuff you love to see with the tank crews, and they hit a mine or RPG. I think Zaz with the RPG from up the road actually. Oh no, it was a maybe a double tap. Oh no, they are mines. Yeah, mines.
There's so much AT. Dude.
Chaos, Acid, Havoc. They're going to actually have to bail out of their Bulldog. Nearly completely disabled. Grad still laying into the crews trying to repair. Tommy Kill is staying in the turret. You see now Sprite and Anubis dismounting and trying to repair this crew. I love this type of teamwork you can get. And Grad coming in. Lands right on the Warrior. Was it just one? They just had one left in the tubes. There you go. There's the rest of them. They're a little too far, though, to do any more damage to that Challenger crew. They do knock off Simpai and Taunter. But British are now a little late, but it's still working. British are now on the right side of your screen. That's the west side of the point. They're pushing up with the blue smoke and white smoke, trying to take advantage of the artillery earlier. Once again, I think it's a little mistimed. It's making it a lot harder than it has to be. Bubbles knocks out Nimble Lobster. Sonder Donder now pushing up, and we are getting some close quarters fighting right here. But the British are pushing up right in the middle. When they peek their heads, they've got infantry on the left and the right, and right in front of them. The regular militia squad leader comes over, double taps one. Brit just tumbles down on top of the rocks. And they're trying to clear him out. Infantry and friendlies all mixed up. Graz firing nearby too, just lighting up the south side. Oh my goodness. It is all going down on Hilltop. Now, I think there's actually two Graz up now. Pardon the map. Going to double check this. Velik and JQR. So two Grads at work. And I don't think they've been able to stop the British. Oh, they have actually. World War II bunkers is still in irregular militia's hands, and 134 tickets to 59. If the British can somehow, Topper Harley goes to dismount. What is he doing? What's he doing, baby? Oh no! Yeah, they are all over you. Since they're Stony, it knocks out Topper Harley. Very confused. I think he thought they were a lot safer than they were. Obviously, high explosive rounds from the Warrior. I mean, this almost feels like a game of Battlefield. Explosions everywhere, vehicles blowing up, helicopters overhead, infantry. Way Hey coming up, knocks out Sensei Stony, but gets popped up by Magna and his pistol. Warrior disabled, lost a crewman, and now you have C4 being dropped on the right side of it. Oh, and mines. Oh, they've actually rocked up with the SPG techie. Oh no, the BMP. And another BMP from the back right. Off screen, irregular militia. They haven't had their BMPs out all game, and now finally decide to bring them out. And just in time too, Warrior pops. What a shot. Turret goes, and well, BMPs might finally underline, bold, exclamation mark the defense here.
Toss another north side of bunker.
You can see British are, I think, are just about to begin the decap. If they just have a couple more infantry on it. But a lot of Oh, I didn't even realize that they do have a spawn in here. There's a hab underneath. And so irregular militia with a nice sneaky hab. I like that position, actually. Gerald and Simpai for the British trying to flank around the right side and get eyes on this hab and button him up on him. Not sure they're going to be able to. BMP's just offering too much. Sinker gets mopped up by Zaz's frag RPG. And, well, going to try to respond with a nice GL of his own, but I don't think that's going to happen. 114 tickets to 24.
Thanks.
And let's take a look here. This is a brave AT soldier, and yep, that's what's going to happen when you run across an open road. British, still, surprisingly, they are holding this side. I'm confused at where all their infantry is, and oh man. So there was a fob. I don't know when this fob was built here on the eastern side of World War II bunkers, north side of Neva Lower. I don't want to say this is the reason they're losing, because there's a lot of other reasons. But when you divvy up your attack force, and especially one that now has like 500 meters of walking, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they could have a straight shot to our radio.
But 18 tickets to 109. Once again, it is not over. It is pretty dang close. And you have Flump. He's actually in the irregular militia radio on the right side. AT from Jumpers actually disables the BMP. If you guys have been playing the Actually game and taking a shot every time I said Actually this round, you would be absolutely wasted right now. BMP gets engined by heavy anti-tank, and for some reason he's shooting the radio.
Squad 4 and 5, check that priority to your north.
These are the type of moments I wish I could just be like, you gotta shovel it, man. How do you... You gotta shovel it. There he goes. Finally shovels it. And 104 tickets to 7. That will be that. Good effort from the British, but irregular militia just, I think they're a little bit more in sync with their command comms, their command assets, their vehicles, their infantry. It just all worked so well. And speaking of, ending on a mortar barrage. Nice little...
Yeah, I killed him.
There you go. Love it. Yeah, nice little way to end the round. Mortar barrage defending. 4 tickets left. You're going to have a few infantry that are dead. Try not to give up, because you got pretty much... I was going to say you have one more attack. You really had one more attack maybe 10 minutes ago. But you never know. Grad going to mop it up as well. 3 tickets, 100. If you can get under 100, there you go. 99 tickets to 2. You can at least take that. It wasn't that big of a stomp. And honestly, it was not a stomp. Just really, really good game at the end there. Regular militia with 99 tickets at the end, 0 for the British. 237 kills to 233. See, about good with the kills, but 13 vehicles destroyed, 11 vehicles destroyed, 70 revived, 77. And if you look at the timeline, I mean, there you go, right there. When you have that ticket swing, irregular militia, we saw it. Good combined arms and able to take that point. Just a huge bunch of tickets, and they never really recovered. Jeez.